Next question we'll look at is, what is the difference between a declaration and the definition of a variable? As we all know, a C variable has to be declared before it's used. What is the difference between a declaration and a definition? A typical automatic variable like I, int I is equal to 5. This is both a declaration and definition. How is it so? Typically, a declaration is something where we tell what is the name of a variable, what is the type of the variable, but we don't allocate any storage to it. So we don't allocate any memory to it. But a definition is one where we really allocate memory for a variable. For an automatic variable in a situation like this, int I is equal to 5, this is both a declaration and the definition because it gives it a name, it declares the type, and also it allocates memory to it. The perfect example of a declaration would be that of an external variable. In this function main, I'm declaring extern int extern variable. What this line is doing is there is some external variable declared somewhere. This might be in this file or some other file. There is some variable somewhere. Go and get it. This is what is real good example of a declaration because here we don't really assign any memory to it. So here we are not creating the memory for external variable at all. All that we are doing is declaring it. So we are saying this is the declaration. So this is the variable. It's present in memory. It's declared in some other program. It's defined in some other program. Storage is already allocated to it. Go and get it. That's basically the best example for a declaration. The other good example for a declaration is the declaration of a structure. Here, in this particular example, struct point, int x, int y. Here, all that we are doing is we are declaring a structure called point. We are saying a point typically contains x and y, but we are not really creating instances of it. That's a very good example of a declaration of a structure. And here we are creating an instance of this particular structure. So this is the definition of P1. So here we are defining a variable. Here we are defining the variable for that particular structure. So this is where we create a structure in memory. So once we say point P1 is equal to 1, 2, something is created in memory. Some memory location is created. The values are stored. And this is the definition. And this is the declaration. So a declaration is where we define what is the type of a particular variable. What is the name? And the definition is the point where we allocate memory to it. Though it's very difficult to distinguish these two parts in certain things like automatic variables, it might be clearer, for example, in structures or external variables. I hope the difference between an declaration and definition for variables is clear now. Until the next video, bye. Let's end this section on variables here. In this section, we learned about different variable types. What is initialization? How are variables stored in? What is declaration of a variable?